If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
I had several questions come in on a number of platforms this week. Canning question, Holly, I will address it to you. This came in earlier this week. We did address it in a timely fashion, but I wanted to bring it up today because people may also be questioning if they had this incident happen to them. I canned taco soup yesterday. Number one, do you know what taco soup is?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like, I do, but I don't.
We've never done it.
Yeah.
Okay. I canned taco soup yesterday while washing my jars, cleaning them after they've been sealed. I noticed I had one jar that had a false seal. Number one, explain what a false seal is.
Okay, so false seal is where you go to check the seal on your jars and then it doesn't really fully seal. It might just ping, but it doesn't fully seal. So that is the false seal. That's what that is.
Okay.
So you can click in the middle, basically.
Okay. So my jar does not like. Okay. So can I still process it today, which within 24 hours, or is it no good to go?
Sure. So what you want to do is you can reprocess it. What you would do is you would take take the jar and put it in your canner.
This is a pressure canner.
No.
This
is a water bath. So I don't know exactly how she canned it.
Okay.
But if it was a water bath canner, you take it, put it in your canner, fill it with water, the canner, and then at room temperature, and then you start your boiling from there. And then once it comes to a boil, that's when you start your timer.
New lid, new material, new liquid in it, and then everything starts at one temperature, and you bring it up, and then you process when the boiling when the boiling happens in the canner. That's when you time it.
And if you don't want to go through that process, you can put it in the fridge and eat it within a couple weeks.
Okay, let's go to the Ivy Organics 3-in-1 Plant Guard Hotline. Caller, you're on the air.
Well, blessed and joyful Saturday morning to you, Joy and Howie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice to be on your show there. Well, you were speaking about the organics there a while back there, and I love my cheese. You know, macaroni and cheese. My cheese on my different things, pizzas and different things. So what's up with these? I mean, my sister bought some generic cheese, and the stuff didn't even melt. I mean, it was just as good as, bathroom vinyl tile there, stuff didn't even melt there. So what's up with these people that's making all this generic cheese and stuff that stuff doesn't even melt? I don't even know if I even want to call it cheese. It's just, just almost like a Frisbee.
Well, it just depends on what the cheese is. So there is imitation cheese out there. I've seen it at the grocery store. Also,
if you cannot find on the package the word cheese, it's not cheese.
Well, this is imitation.
Right, absolutely.
Right, exactly. There are some national brands that does not use the word cheese at all on any of their text on their package.
Right,
also, a lot of that cheese has caking agents in it too, or anti-caking agents. So you kind of have to look at the ingredients.
Yeah, I find it hard to eat. She gives it to me. I say, well, what'd you give it to me for? It doesn't even melt,
Right.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Go Brewers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, we got another time for a question here. I have let's see, how much space does Brussels sprouts take? I've seen photographs on your social media platforms, and I'm looking and interested in growing them next year. How much space do they really take?
I would say about at least
2 to 3 square feet.
Yeah, because they kind of bush out. It's like a small bush, so
that grows vertical.
That grows vertical.
Right.
So you do need about 2 to 3 square feet. So they do take a little bit of space, but if you can get them to take on and grow, you're going to get a lot of Brussels sprouts in that one plant area.
Right, and we talked about that earlier in the program. Okay, let's see here. I am new to canning, and I live in Sweden. Well, thank you for listening. And canning isn't a huge thing here. I know that sugar has preservative properties, but I am wondering when you're making the jam or jelly or even relish with vegetables, do you really have to add sugar at all? Or if you're going to boil it or pressure can it, is it okay to go ahead and not add the sugar that is required by recipe?
Mm-hmm. And then it says, thanks for the great YouTube account. I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you from Sweden. Thank you from the United States, Sweden. So it depends on what you're making. Jams and jellies require that sugar to help the pectin. So there is low sugar pectin, like Pomona pectin, that you can purchase, and then you can use less sugar. If it's a relish, a lot of times it's for taste. It depends on what you're canning. Things that are pressure canned don't necessarily require much sugar. So you have to follow the recipe, though. You have to follow the recipe.
You can't leave something out, otherwise it messes this whole thing up.
There's a lot of low sugar alternative recipes out there online for you.
All right, another question has come in from Tracy. She said, if I'm going to use my coffee grounds in the garden, how dry should they be? Well, that's a great question. Coffee grounds have a lot of good properties. You can put them in your compost pile as a nitrogen supplement to the green material that you need in order to heat the compost pile up. You can also put them in the garden. They have about 2% nitrogen, 0.5 potassium, 0.2 phosphorus, somewhere in that range. So you don't have to let them dry out. The key to this is, now whether you're using your own coffee grounds or you go to your local coffee shop and provide them with a device in which they can put the material in. A lot of these coffee shops, you just bring a 5-gallon bucket in, a tote of some sort. They just dump the filters and the grounds in there, and it's all good. You don't have to sort out the filters. That all break down. You want to mix it into your garden. Just broadcasting the coffee grounds on the garden is fine, okay? It's going to add material, organic material. It's going to, work in the soil eventually. But you're going to lose the nutrient value of the coffee grounds. So you want to work them in somehow, cover them over. If you put them down and then put leaves on top of it, something to prevent those from drying out and that nutrient value evaporating from the grounds. The other thing that people are concerned with is that, if I add coffee grounds to my garden, it will turn the soil acidic. Now, coffee grounds are on the acidic side. But most of that, if not all of that, from what science has shown and tests and studies have proven, that has all been brewed out. That goes into your coffee cup and it doesn't stay in the ground. So it's almost a completely neutral-based pH level whenever you're putting it in the garden. So you want to cover it. It doesn't have to be dry. If you're going to work it in your compost pile, that's good as well. And filters are biodegradable, just like they're very thin paper, so they can be worked in the soil also. And even if you get coffee grounds or you stored them and they've gotten moldy, that's fine. Go ahead and work them in the soil. That would be perfectly fine for your garden. We've accidentally left them in the bag or the bucket, and they've gotten moldy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a fungi and mold and that type of thing. So just work it in the soil. The microbial life in the soil will help break it down. The worms love the coffee grounds and will bring worms into the garden. But we are out of...
Thank you for checking out the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener radio show. For more, go to the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com for full-length in-studio video and podcast replay of Season 1. Season 2 underway and added weekly. Tweet us at TWVG Show or hashtag TWVG to be part of the program.